Existing court backlogs have worsened since COVID-19. The state of Vermont is beginning to deal with the tens of thousands of court cases stuck in legal limbo. Catherine Huntley is here this morning. What can you tell us about these backlogs, Catherine?
Well, good morning, Darren. And people are concerned and say justice delayed is simply justice denied. The state is working to clear cases that remain stagnant, schedule jury trials, and work to get the backlog to a more manageable level.
In one way, you're reliving it every time you have a hearing, and then there's also no closure.
This is what Missy Semperbon relives. The day nearly 5 years ago when her brother David Eau Claire was killed in Heinsberg. Police say Eau Claire's wife, Angela, did it, and she's still going through the court process.
I have not actually dealt with my grief at all. I am still focused on the results. I keep going next step to next step. Taking care of the people that are left behind.
So your next hearing date is going to be July 24th at 1:30.
Prompt case resolution is the goal, but a pandemic-era backlog on top of an existing backlog created a bottleneck in the court system. However, courthouses slowly reopened as the pandemic slowed. That and a concerted effort to reduce the backlog have helped to cut down on the caseload in recent months.
All rise, please.
Overall, the judicial system is clearing 120% of the cases it takes on, meaning each month they are clearing more old cases than new ones they are bringing in, putting a dent in the backlog. That's an improvement of 12% over the preceding 12 months.
That's where we are. We'll issue that if she does not appear by the end of the day.
Since December, the overall backlog numbers have gone down in nearly all counties.
It's been really difficult. Honestly, it's been a real challenge.
Windsor County State's Attorney Ward Goodenough speaking to the hard work it took to get the backlog to pre-COVID caseload numbers.
It's taken, I would say, a general effort to address this and a lot of people working together to do that. And a lot of the times we're talking about imperfect solutions.
In Windsor County, it's taken long overtime hours between the prosecutors, defense team, judge, and other partners to come to agreements on old cases.
We are lucky that we've been able to cut our backlog, but the efforts to do that have not been efforts that we would be able to maintain and sustain long term without, again, additional burnout.
There is statewide progress, too, including in Rutland County, which used to have one of the largest backlogs.
I believe we are on track to resolving the backlog here. That gives me a lot of hope that the criminal justice system will be functioning the way it should in the near future.
Last year, nearly all judge vacancies were filled by Governor Scott, and the legislature just approved a variety of 30 new positions for the judiciary. The goal to allow for more jury draws and a speedier court system.
There's been a big emphasis on scheduling as many jury draws and jury trials as possible, and that, particularly in the criminal docket, is where you see the most movement. When you have a jury draw scheduled, then you'll see cases either go forward or settle.
After multiple years of a frustratingly slow court system, defense attorney David Slay says he also sees a light at the end of the tunnel. But for people still stuck in the court system, it's frustrating.
Even without an adjudication, your life opportunities are severely limited, let alone just the constant living with the anxiety that you may at some point, face some significant consequences. It's very real.
Slay says while progress is being made, the process is still far too slow. Missy Semperbon agrees.
One step at a time. There's no magic pill that's going to make everything better. It's just, you know that eventually you're going to get to the conclusion, and that's why we just keep stepping forward.